Hello, I'm standing behind my Kubota L3400 four-wheel drive tractor, and I just scabbed this weight together for it. It's not done, obviously, and I made a few mistakes. Well, one mistake really, other than my ugly welds, is I didn't get this completely straight, but fortunately it's just tacked on there. Well, a little more than tacked, but I can grind it off. Anyway, this weight will allow the tractor to lift a lot more weight on the front end without tipping, and it will give it a lot more traction. I'm going to have a third link, or top link here, made out of this. I call it a rector set, but it's the stuff that you see stop signs bolted on. I've had this junk for so many years I can't remember where I got it. Probably a junkyard. This is just some scrap. I'm going to weld that on there, probably right in the center line, like that. And on the top I'm going to cut the front and back out so the top link will go down in there. And I'm going to drill out one of these holes on either side to 3/4 inch so the top link pin will fit through it. And that will keep this thing from swiveling when you try to pick up a trailer. And that's what this is for. This is a tow hook, obviously, but a trailer hitch should go in here as well. The piece of steel came out of the back end of a bus that I've owned for a number of years. It has a rather strong bumper on it, unbelievably strong bumper, but right behind the bumper was this piece of steel to make it even worse if somebody's to run into it. And these tabs were out here and hanging down, and that went between the frame, and that's what it was bolted in there by. So what it is, I took those off, I cut them off, and I cut them in half, and I made this poor man's 3-point hitch out of it by drilling a 1-inch hole through for this pin. Got one on both sides, obviously, and it can swivel right now, but when it's finished it won't swivel. It'll be attached to the top link. There's a formula for calculating the weight of mild steel. You figure out the cubic inches and then multiply that number by 0.283, and that will give you the weight. And just the main piece here come out to 300 pounds, and everything I'm going to weld on it will probably add another 15 or 20. So it'll be 325 pounds. I'm also going to weld on the bottom some square tubing so that when this thing is sitting on the ground, you'll be able to get your hands under it, or even more importantly, a pry bar or chain or whatever, in case you have to lift it for that reason or that method for any reason. It won't really affect the clearance that much, I don't think. I'll lower this down as far as it will go and make sure it has a decent amount of clearance before I go nuts with that. But I do want to have at least an inch, inch and a half of clearance under there. So I'll probably weld a piece of square tubing on each edge, outside edge down here. The welds look like crap. I'm going to have to grind them and go over them again because they look horrible. But anyway, there she is. I've got a nice 325 pound weight. That will allow the tractor to pull a little bit better, especially in the snow, and it will allow the front end loader to lift more when there's no implement back here. This weighs almost as much as a box blade, amazingly. It's only a 28 inch by 8 by 5, I think, is the main piece there. And again, 300 pounds for the main piece of steel. Anyway, it's not finished, but it's getting late in the day and I got to work tomorrow. I got to get cleaned up, but I'm glad I stopped, really, because I discovered that I have the receiver hitch on slightly askew. It'll take me 15 minutes to fix that, but I'm a shitty welder, I know that, but it's still better than paying somebody else to do it. And they usually hold, and if it breaks, it breaks. I'll fix it. Alright, thanks for watching.